Chief of Defense Staff visits Mangu, urges troops to sustain fight against criminals. 2024 Yuletide season, Federal Road Safety Corps expresses concern over increase in road crashes. NTA on war against drug abuse. We're glad you could join us on Panorama today in Jos. I am Mary Replong Domtu. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, on our YouTube channel, NTA News Online, and other social media platforms showing on your screen. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is now in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, to participate in the 2025 edition of Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week. The Nigerian 001 airplane landed at Said International Airport, Abu Dhabi, a few minutes past 4 local time this Sunday morning. He was received by the UAE Special Representative for Africa, Sheikh Shagbot bin Al Nahyan. In a statement, Presidential Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, explained that President of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, invited President Tinubu to attend the summit scheduled to take place in the Emirate from January 12 to 18. The summit is expected to bring together global leaders to accelerate sustainable development and advance socio-economic progress. The event, under the theme, The Nexus of Next, Superchanging Sustainable Progress, is enable policymakers, business and civil society leaders to explore pathway to fast-track the transformation to a sustainable economy and evolve a new era of prosperity for all. The presidential advisor also revealed that at the event, President Tinubu will stress his administration's reforms, including those related to energy sufficiency, transportation, public health and economic development. The Nigerian leader and his entourage will also meet with the Emirates leadership to discuss issues of interest affecting the two nations. He is scheduled to return to Nigeria on Thursday, 16th January. Ministers of Agriculture and Foreign Affairs are currently gathering at Munyoyo, Uganda for the 2025-2026 African Union Comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program Summit. The program is aimed at increasing food security and nutrition, reducing rural poverty, creating employment, and contributing to economic development while safeguarding the environment. Musa Baba Aliyu reports.
In 2003, African leaders signed a declaration in Maputo, Mozambique, to accelerate agricultural activities on the continent. The Maputo Declaration led to the establishment of the Comprehensive Africa Agricultural Development Program, CADEP, which aims to increase food security and nutrition, reduce rural poverty, and create employment. Under this initiative, African Union member states are encouraged to allocate at least 10% of their budgets to agriculture. Currently, the African leaders have convened in Moyoyo, Kampala, Uganda, to review the 2003 Maputo Declaration and set a new target. Nigeria is represented at the summit by Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, and Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Bianca Ojukwu. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni emphasized the need for African leaders to invest in both the production and processing of agricultural produce to reduce dependency on imports. A communique will be issued at the end of the summit, which will be referred to as the Kampala Declaration. On the sidelines of the summit, Minister of Agriculture Abubakar Kyari held a bilateral discussions with Liberia's Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Alexander Nweta, as well as with Tunisia's Minister of Agriculture, Water Resources and Fisheries, Izzeddin bin Sheikh. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
The government and that of the United States of America have concluded arrangements to repatriate $52.9 million stolen by former Petroleum Resources Minister Diezani Alison Madueke. A statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs says this marks a significant milestone in the ongoing collaboration between Nigeria and the United States to combat corruption and recover misappropriated assets. Through court proceedings ending in 2023, the U.S. Department of Justice Money Laundering and Asset Recovery, the Federal Bureau of Investigations International Corruption Unit, and the Internal Revenue Service Criminal Investigations successfully forfeited various high-value assets, including the super yacht Galactica, Star, and Prime Real Estate in California and New York. The forfeited asset had been illegally acquired using funds linked to money laundering and a conspiracy to bribe former Petroleum Resources Minister Diezani Alison Madueke. The statement indicates the ministry played a vital role by providing substantial assistance to the U.S. investigation. The repatriated assets signify a shared investment in Nigeria's development, strengthening the enduring partnership between the nations. Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa is tasking troops of the Nigerian Army to go after criminals and any form of criminality to keep Nigeria safe. This was while addressing troops at the Operation Safe Haven Frontline Sector 8 in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. Ndeyang and Yebagyang reports.
The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, as part of his visit to military formations across the country, says all sectors are working together to ensure that responsibilities are taken seriously. He says their mandate is to go all out and rid the country of criminals for peace and progress of the country.
The President has continued to support us and has mandated us that this year we must make greater difference, and that's what we are promising. The idea of coming around is to see the troops and at least raise their morale, to know that we are together with them. So far, so good. Things are going well. We're heading towards a greater success, and we're happy with the way things are turning out. So we want Nigerians to continue to support members of the armed forces and other security agencies. We're doing so much and we'll continue to do more. We're not going to relent.
The Chief of Defense Staff warned troops to desist from any act of indiscipline and irresponsibility for optimal service to the nation.
They should not allow themselves to be used negatively. Each of them that has this talent should come out openly. We'll take him with that, we'll connect him, give him a platform for him to also come and present himself and be able to do what he can. God has given them talent to use, and it is good that we have these platforms. You can see we have something like a mortar launcher. We have all these fabricated. These are revolvers. They fire almost automatic.
Inspecting armory that was recovered, the Chief of Defense Staff commended the troops and calls on those with such skills to use it for the greater good of the people, saying measures have been put in place to enhance the operational capabilities of the Nigerian Armed Forces. From Mangu, Ndenyan and Abuja, NTA News.
Towards providing visionary leadership and ensuring professionalism and excellence in the civil service, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang has inaugurated members of the State Civil Service Commission in Jos. Ijama Ozemena has more.
The governor, represented by his deputy Josephine Pugh, says the appointment of the 5 members of the commission is a call to serve and also contribute their quota towards repositioning the civil service, which is a model for good governance and effective service delivery. She urges them to establish a robust mechanism to enable them monitor attendance, assess performance, and hold accountable staff who fail to live up to their responsibility in public service.
That I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Your integrity, expertise, and commitment to the public good will undoubtedly guide you in fulfilling your responsibilities with diligence and excellence. As we embark on this journey together, a merit-based approach to appointments and promotions must also remain central to your agenda.
Newly inaugurated chairman of the commission appreciates Governor Caleb Mutfwang for the confidence reposed in them to serve.
We consider it a big challenge because the civil service is the engine room of government. So we develop a civil service that is promising.
He also promised to initiate reforms aimed at enhancing service delivery through the use of technology and other innovations in the commission. Jos Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Plateau State Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps says 27 persons lost their lives in various road crashes during the Yuletide. Ndeyang and Abuja completes the reports.
The Plateau Sector Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps deployed personnel to the highways to ensure safety of travelers in addition to the sensitization carried out by the Corps. In spite of the efforts to ensure heat-free celebrations, more road crashes were recorded as against previous years. Within the Yuletide season, 27 persons died in road crashes which occurred in various parts of the state. The accidents were caused by bad roads, faulty vehicles, and recklessness on the part of drivers.
I advise them to be very careful because during this festive period we saw a lot of accidents just because of, I too know, I'm a professional. So though experience is applied and there are times that you have to be careful too, but once you are careless, either you are experienced or not, anything can happen. So I advise them to be patient and be watchful and not to be in haste.
They should always be patient on the road. Patient, that is what makes. You know, a slight mistake of just a second, it costs someone's life. A patience of a second, it costs someone's life. But if you are patient enough on a highway, I think the road will be much more easier for everyone to ride.
The command, despite the ugly situation, says it will sustain efforts to ensure that road crashes are reduced to the barest minimum. In Jos, Ndeyang and Abuja, NTA News.
And with me in the studio is the Plateau State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Maxwell Lady, to shed more light on the FRS's operations during the 2024 Yuletide. We're glad you could join us, sir.
Thank you very much for having me here, and a Happy New Year to you and all our viewers.
Briefly, sir, can you let us into the Christmas and the New Year special patrol by your command?
Yes, it's a known fact that during the festive period, FRSC activities is always being strengthened. That is very evident with a lot of activities that have been experienced all over the state here on the plateau. By interfacing with all the stakeholders, including the transport union, to ensure that we record zero crashes on our road. Unfortunately, despite all the effort put on ground, all the actions planned, we witness an increase in road traffic crashes, just as it has been reported earlier on in various parts of the state, as a result of so many issues arising from both human environment, that is the road, and then the mechanical aspect that has to do with the vehicle. And the most affected roads, where we have this black spot, we have the Jos Riom Hawan Kibo Forest axis. And then we have the Kwanang Machiji around Panxing, Langtang, Dam, all those areas happen to be our black spot areas. Well, we have done the much we can to ensure that we've recorded successes in some part of the target we have outlined by prompt attention to road traffic crashes and then the removal of obstructions where it occurs, and in ensuring that people had a free movement without gridlock in most part of the vicinity, particularly the metropolitan city of Jos.
Okay, sir, can you tell us the statistics of the road crashes that occurred during the festive period?
Yes, we've recorded 27 fatality, and then we've recorded 127 people that suffered various degree of spirit. Wow. And then within the period, we were able to render rescue assistance to a lot of people. Now, want to express concern in one of the challenges we normally witness during this period. We want to employ members of the public to own road safety responsibility by reporting crash wherever it happened. Because most of these crashes happened where road safety presence are not there. So you can dial 122, and then we have been on media platforms severally here on the plateau to advocate people, to sensitize them on the FRSC mobile app, where you can report emergency and access every platform you can on FRSC. Then we also have the problem of distance of emergency medical services on our road. Now, let me give, for instance, most of the crashes that happen around the Riom Hawan-Kivo forest axis, the nearest medical facility is this one in Riom. And it's a distance away from all those black spot areas.
Okay, sir. In terms of collaboration, how is FRSC collaborating with NURTW on road safety?
Very robust one. The Plateau Sector Command and National Union of Road Transport Workers on the Plateau have a very good, robust collaboration. That is evident in most of our activities. In fact, we have been working together with the Union of Road Transport Workers in all our sensitization, in all our stakeholders forum, even in our various campaign. We have entered into an agreement even before the Yuletide period with the union members in terms of vehicle overloading and then recklessness of drivers on the road. I want to say here, without mentioning all that, the collaboration with the NURTW is a working one.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for coming to shed more light on your operations during the 2024 Yuletide. We've been speaking with the Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC Plateau State Command. Panorama will continue after the break.
The government of Nigeria warns vandals of national assets, electricity transmission towers, cables and other facilities to desist from this act of sabotage. Vandalism is a serious crime punishable under the law. Vandalizing electrical equipment will affect millions of Nigerians, including your loved ones. Remember that national assets belong to all of us, hence the need to protect them. Report all cases of suspicious movement around electrical facilities to security agencies. When you see something, say something. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation in collaboration with the National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, Office of the National Security Advisor.
Have you back. Natives and residents of the ancient town of Oyo have continued to react to the announcement of the appointment of Prince Abimbola Hakim Oluwade as the new Alaafin of Oyo by the Oyo State Governor Makinde. KG Busari Ahmed reports.
The appointment of the new Alaafin of Oyo by the Oyo State Government apparently did not come as a surprise to some of the Oyomesi kingmakers.
Almighty God brought justice for king and Oyomesi. This is God's place, and we are grateful for his person, chosen by very foreign and present king. Pray that his reign shall be successful.
The Oba, Alayiluwa, Alaafin of Oyo, being announced by the governor, we are very happy to hear the announcement. And we see all land of yours are jubilating to hear the news.
NTA News crew also visited the Agure family compound of the newly appointed monarch, where the atmosphere was rife with ecstasy and celebration, while residents are optimistic that it will bring about socio-economic development during the reign of this new king.
We are happy that he is our choice now because he is a trained mind. He is an engineer, he is an industrialist, he is an investor, he is well educated. We expect that there will be improvement in all aspects of life in Oyo.
I feel so good because it's been a long time we have a king in this Oyo.
The new Oba Akim Owade that we have been expecting since a lot. We prayed that this year God will be with us, God will reign in our town.
When installed, Oba Bimbola Hakim Owade from the Agunloye ruling home of Oyo Kingdom will be the 46th Alaafin of Oyo after the death of Oba Lamidi Olaiwola Adeyemi III, who left to be with his ancestors on the 22nd of April 2022. From the ancient town of Oyo, KG Busari Ahmed, NTA News.
Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA Plateau State has arrested 980 suspects of drug abuse in the year 2024. This was at a sensitization on drug abuse in Jos. Ijoma Ozemena reports.
These participants were drawn from various institutions in the 17 local government areas of the state. The sensitization has become necessary due to increasing rate in drug abuse, particularly the youths who are considered to be leaders of tomorrow. Stakeholders at the campaign note that everyone has a role to play in ridding the society of the menace of drug abuse.
Once somebody is affected, all of us will be affected. And that is why the chairman, chief executive, General Buba Marwa, every year he takes this campaign to all corners of this country so that people will be sensitized.
The essence is to enlighten you so that as you return, you become a shining light in the war against drug abuse.
Experts presented papers on the effects of drug abuse, the role of the family in drug abuse prevention, health risk, social consequence, legal implications, strategies for prevention and rehabilitation.
It's something that we need to tackle it so that it won't affect our societies.
How to help people that are in use of these drugs, how to talk to them, how to advise.
Those who distinguish themselves in service to humanity were honored, while a road walk on public awareness also held in Jos. Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
551 Nigerian Air Force Station Jos has celebrated its social and cultural activity 2024 with a call on officers to sustain hard work and commitment to duty. Bilkisu Nuhu has details.
It was a joyous atmosphere as officers, family and sister security agencies gathered to relax and foster unity amongst the diverse ethnic groups. Commander 551 NAV Station Jos, Air Commodore Bamidele Amuda, says Basa is a cherished event within the Air Force which enables them come together to unwind and show gratitude to God for a successful year. He commends the Chief of the Air Staff for providing the enabling environment for the Air Force to mark the event and other security agencies for the efforts in maintaining peace in the state.
Basa also showcased the rich cultural diversity of units, fostering commonwealth unity and stronger civil-military relations. It also enhanced social cohesion and highlights the Nigerian Air Force commitment to harmony and collaborations. Above all, Basa is a moment to express gratitude to Almighty God for a successful year and to renew our resolve for the challenge ahead.
Governor Caleb Mutfwang represented appreciates the role of the Nigeria Air Force in the area of building peace and urged it to sustain the tempo.
Their tireless vigilance and courage, both seen and unseen, have been pivotal in restoring confidence and fostering stability across Plateau State and our nation.
As expected of any social cultural event, various cultural groups thrilled the guests. Personnel who distinguished themselves were honored for their hard work and commitment to duty. The event brought together serving and retiring officers and sister security agencies, traditional rulers, and the community. In Jos, Bilkis Nuhu, NTA News.
And now let's join Suleiman Musa for details on sports updates.
Ahead of their crucial CAF Confederation Cup match against Al Masry of Egypt, Eyimba International's head coach Stanley Eguma has expressed confidence in his team's readiness. After a tough start on the continental football with 2 losses and draw, the People's Elephant rebounded with a strong performance in their last match against Black Bulls of Mozambique. Coach Eguma confirmed on Saturday that the team is gradually finding its rhythm and is fully prepared for the upcoming clash later today. Eyimba currently sit on 3rd position in the group with 4 points, trailing Zamalek and Al Nasri. Meanwhile, the newly appointed Super Eagles head coach, Eric Chill, is expected to arrive in Nigeria Sunday ahead of his much-anticipated unveiling. In his last game in charge, the Malian penned an emotional tribute to his former team, MC Oran of Algeria, expressing his appreciation for the support accorded him from players and fans while in charge of the club. According to football stakeholders, the coach will need 100% of players' commitment to be able to qualify the Super Eagles to the World Cup, as they currently sit 5th on the log with 3 points from 4 games, while Rwanda, South Africa and Benin Republic are 1st, 2nd and 3rd with 7 points apiece. And finally, to table tennis, as Nigeria's Haruna Kadri's hopes of starting 2025 with a trophy have been shattered, as the Nigerian table tennis star, who advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2025 WTT Doha contender, securing a narrow victory over Britain's Liam Pritchard, was eliminated in the semi-finals by Japan's Tomokazu Haritomo in straight set of 11-9, 11-3, 11-5, thereby missing out on the chance to reach the final. With Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
Has been Panorama today. Good afternoon.